Few players in today's NBA ignite as much controversy as Dillon Brooks. Renowned for his in-your-face defense, ceaseless trash talk, and a highlight reel that includes groin kicks and skirmishes with the league's elite, Brooks has become a lightning rod for fans and a perpetual thorn in his opponent's sides. In this extended look at Brooks's most provocative moments, we'll explore how he went from a late draft pick to the self-declared villain of the NBA, tangling with everyone from Giannis Antetokounmpo to LeBron James, even mocking opponents' free throw routines. Love him or hate him, Dillon Brooks seems to embrace every ounce of the chaos he creates. 1. The bold, the brash, the provocative. From late draft pick to headline maker, Dillon Brooks entered the league with a chip on his shoulder, being a second-round pick from Oregon. Determined to prove his worth, he fully embraced the role of a defensive pest, playing with intense physicality, relentless hustle, and a near-constant presence on the referee's radar. While that toughness earned him a starting spot, it also shaped his villain persona, as borderline contact and persistent jawing made him a frequent target of officials and opposing fans. Confidence or cockiness? Teammates say he's just extremely confident, while rivals see raw cockiness. Brooks himself insists he'll do whatever it takes to throw off the other team's star, adopting a style that often walks the line between aggression and dirty play. Over time, comedic memes and ESPN segments branded him the NBA's new antagonist, someone who relishes the booze. 2. Strip and kick, the groin incident. Hostile act or accident? Perhaps the most talked about moment in Brooks's recent saga. While stripping the ball in the post, his follow-through kicked an opponent south of the equator. Officials reviewed the clip, labeled it a hostile act, and assessed Brooks a technical foul, his 16th of the season, forcing an automatic suspension. Social media erupted. Was the kick intentional or just a natural motion? The debate only amplified Brooks's image as someone who's not afraid to toe that line or cross it outright. Fans and players around the league weighed in. Some defended Brooks, others condemned him as reckless. This wasn't his first questionable move. Fans recalled the times he'd accidentally slapped or elbowed opponents. By doubling down, Brooks further fanned the flames of his villain persona, leading many to see him as the league's top instigator. 3. Giannis family shoutout 2021, the taunt and retaliation. In a heated matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks, Brooks aimed at Giannis Antetokounmpo's family pride, shouting, "You know why I'm out here playing like this? Because your brother was crying." Referencing Thanasis, Brooks took trash talk to a personal level. Giannis responded by nailing a swift three-pointer. Both were slapped with technicals, and the incident escalated Brooks's reputation as a masterful agitator, unafraid to target even family ties of a two-time MVP. Impact on villain persona. The media latched onto the storyline of Brooks mocking Giannis's family. It showcased Brooks had no reservations about going after the league's top stars and their loved ones in his quest to rattle opponents. 4. LeBron James King dispute 2022. Challenging the game's biggest name. During a collision in a Lakers game, Brooks is said to have told LeBron James, "You're not the king anymore." A stunned LeBron reportedly shot back, "You're not even a prince." Typically unflappable, James showed genuine annoyance, a rare sight. Many hailed Brooks for his brazen challenge, calling it peak villain behavior. Media frenzy. The dust-up spurred heated talk show debates. Some applauded Brooks's daring, others labeled it disrespect. In Brooks's view, it was just another day of pushing the league's elite to see who'd crack first. 5th, Russell Westbrook verbal spat 2023. Heated exchange. Over a foul taking on Westbrook's Thunder, Brooks spat out "You're a liar" in a dispute over a foul call. Known for his own fiery temper, Westbrook nearly escalated it further, but officials intervened. The near scuffle quickly went viral, a testament to Brooks's perpetual ability to provoke big-name opponents. Fans began dubbing him a professional button pusher for how effectively he rattles star players. Provocative style on display. By now, Brooks's pattern of challenging all-stars was undeniable. This spat only added to his highlight reel of in-game blow-ups, shining a spotlight on the mental warfare he employs. 6. Scuffles with Steph and KD, flagrant and technicals, Steph Curry. Technical foul 2021. During a Warriors match, Brooks was teed up after aggressively disputing a no call, gesturing wildly towards Steph Curry. Critics saw it as another example of Brooks targeting top-tier stars with hostility. The confrontation was less explosive than others, but it underscored how Brooks rarely misses a chance to add friction, even if it risks ejections. Kevin Durant flagrant foul 2020. Brooks drew a flagrant for elbowing Kevin Durant in the ribs during a Nets game. Though he claimed innocence, Durant's visible pain, and the swirl of questions afterwards cemented Brooks' reckless instigator label. Tangling with Durant, another marquee name, further solidified ESPN's coverage of Brooks as an emerging NBA antagonist. 7. The villain nickname takes off, escalating physicality and trash talk between borderline fouls, sneaky slaps, and one-liners aimed at star players. Brooks found himself on highlight compilations titled Dillon Brooks, NBA's new villain. Major networks analyzed his game, labeling multiple plays as dirty. Social media soared with memes, while Brooks cheekily embraced the storyline, claiming he thrived on boos from rival crowds. Self-awareness interviews showed Brooks fully aware of his infamous status. He admitted relishing the role, citing the psychological advantage of having opponents despise him. The more fans jeer, the more he seems to feed off it. 8. Bench clearing brawl versus Lakers, 2023. Feud with Carmelo Anthony Brooks reignited tensions with the Lakers during a scuffle involving Carmelo Anthony. After exchanging words, a shove from Brooks led to both benches emptying. Footage dominated sports channels, overshadowing the game's outcome. Brooks called it a great moment, fueling accusations that he provokes fights for publicity and personal branding, ongoing rivalries. This brawl added to the existing friction between Brooks and the Lakers, especially after his confrontation with LeBron James. Another instance of how the Brooks storyline often eclipses team results. 9. Ya boy, celebrations and social media roasts mimicking opponents' flaws. Brooks introduced the Ya boy, mocking opponents' shot forms or free throw motions after scoring. Clippers guard Terrence Mann famously labeled Brooks the villain of the league. Critics call it unsportsmanlike, yet supporters argue it's part of his psychological ploys. Either way, it intensifies the heat of any matchup he's in. The most hated, quote, after a fiery game against Denver, Brooks declared, "If I'm the most hated, that means I'm doing something right." He and fans alike turned it into a catchphrase, further embellishing his anti-hero identity. Memes of "the villain's work is never done" grew in popularity, with Brooks seemingly thrilled by the pushback. Racking up techs and suspensions. Impact on team automatic suspensions. Brooks' 16th technical forced an immediate suspension under NBA rules, highlighting the real cost of his antics. Every additional 2 techs bring more fines or ejections, a dangerous cycle for a player so reliant on physical intimidation. His approach has proved divisive within front offices. Some admire the fearless grit, while others fret that repeated suspensions could sabotage crucial stretches or playoff runs. Teammates versus critics within the Grizzlies, or whichever team he's on. Brooks is considered an emotional spark plug, fueling a grit and grind 2.0 ethos. Meanwhile, critics, be they rival fans, coaches, or GMs, maintain Brooks crosses the line too often, making him bad for the league. Others say the negativity ironically boosts his brand, keeping him in the spotlight. Conclusion: from groin kicks and family taunts to fiery spats with LeBron James and Kevin Durant, Dillon Brooks has molded himself into the NBA's ultimate villain. Day after day, he tests the boundaries of sportsmanship, either captivating fans who love an underdog anti-hero or infuriating those who see him as a menace. Where he goes from here, toning down or escalating even further, remains to be seen, but rest assured the entire league is watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more NBA storylines, controversies, and highlight breakdowns. Comment below, is Brooks exactly what the league needs, or does he belong at the top of every fan's most hated list? Let us know what you think.